Nah, I know I wasn't doing. I know that.
The world turned its back open. I'm a criminal. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Say, hell with that, I'll tell you what. Don't pray for us. Let's send it church. We can't forgive us for this. Remain in the church. So in the Lord, oh please, forgive me for the times that I did on and raised you. Had no respect to your priority. We about you to respect. It's your teaching. Trying to pick up with a blind faith. They said everything they made since I'm just grinding for my time share. Levels ain't playing fair. They hunching like bad pell. But ain't no getting out the days that you might just. You take that old fish and gun deep and try to give death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to his heart. So how you feel about the truth, about the show? Acting like you think. Make sure my election to them tucked away like George Kennedy. Murder for colonized, murder at the Capitol. The world is amazing, we like fucking Reagan. I put it on the budget like president. Mercy in his life, I don't know why. It's never true, I guess so you find it like they talk, it's like total. I'm motivated because of you, I guess. Russell Weapons, now never see niggas like Bishop Zero. Everybody don't believe, they under anesthesia. So they say she leave, they say she wanna let that love go. So I let that love go. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a girl. So how you feel like the truth by the show? These niggas like you think that niggas, I should want. Even your own people gon' be told. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Take that.
All right, clap it up. This is Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Today is the Sunday Scripture Breakdown class in Houston, Texas. We're going into anything that you need, answer your questions. This is a time right now as the world fall into decay where you need to take your office serious on serving God and keeping his commandments and bringing the nation of Israel back to where we need to be. There's a video that I have that where they talk about there's no time in history where you couldn't see who the next ruler was going to be. They say right now what they see is all kingdoms are falling at the same time. And normally you could see, well, once this nation falls, this nation is going to sit in their seat. And they're saying right now at this point in time, everybody's falling at the same time and they don't know who could take over to be the new world leader. Well, that is straight out of the Bible. Because your king, it was prophesied that your king was going to come out of nowhere. And they trying to remote view, they trying to see the future. Well, they can't see Christ's rulership because Christ is going to come out of the 4th dimension into time. And it hasn't happened. It's not an event you can remote view. It's not. And people are going to have to understand that the day of the Lord is going to happen. It's not, if, it's when. And everything that our king and the prophets of God before time said were going to happen is happening right now in your face. But we are more distracted with other things. And this is the season, this is the year, this is a time Well, you want to get focused on staying focused. Time is so short, and you don't want to stand in front of someone that died for you and tell him that you didn't celebrate Christmas. You don't want to tell someone that gave his life for you, yeah, well, I stopped eating pork. You were never supposed to eat pork in the first place. I am not impressed. You telling me that my life had to go so that so you could stop eating pork? No. Our king died to give you an opportunity to show how loyal you are to your king, your God, and your family by denying yourself. So that's what we want to get into today, on how to deny yourself righteously, to do the work of God, to love God, to show him that you love him. We're going to get into any questions if anybody have any. But if not, we can go ahead.
So like you said, if I could, I wanted to get like a general breakdown on Proverbs 30.
Okay.
Specifically,
So like you. Proverbs 30.
I'm
Okay.
gonna start at verse. So I'm gonna start at verse 11. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 11. There's a generation that curseth their father, and doth not bless their mother. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet is not washed in filthiness. There is a generation, oh how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among them. So I want to just a breakdown on those if I could.
Let me highlight this. Let me see. That generation that this is talking about in Proverbs is the generation that you live in right now. And this generation has come and gone in this earth over and over and over again. Read it from the top.
Verse 11. There's a generation that curseth their father and doth not bless their mother.
See, that was a generation that loved that before, like in the 40s, in the 50s, that was a loving, family-oriented generation where fathers and mothers were being respected and loved, and the family unit was the biggest threat to society. And your grandparents that lived in that time could see that these children are becoming more rebellious. And so they always would teach you, they would always teach you, obey your mother, obey your father. Why? Because once you start obeying your father, then what happens is, see, women don't see this coming. Women don't see that once the children stop respecting the father, you think being his friend is going to make them still love you. Well, you being their friend is going to make them hate you too. Because what happens with friends?
They fall out.
They fall out. So now the thing that made us a unit and made us love each other was the fact that there was order in the house. And yeah, you didn't like what your mother and father said or did while you were growing up. But as you get old, you say, now I see why my father did me like this. Now I see why my mother was telling me to do this. I see why every morning I woke up, I had to make the bed, brush my teeth, wash my face, keep my room clean, you know, have the dirty clothes here and there, and do the vacuum, wash the dishes. I see why now. I see why my father was on me about cutting the grass, keeping the truck washed, you know, doing that all the time. I couldn't go nowhere until I did it because that's what I had to do as an adult. But now that you're friends with your children, you would tell your children to wash the dishes. Man, I'll do it later. Why now? I'm playing the game. Now, all of a sudden, what you're telling them to do becomes a burden to them. When this is normal life. Now you go to your kid's house, they got dishes stacked up to the roof. They got roaches running all over this counter. The trash can is overflowed, and it stinks in there. And they like, oh well, I don't got time. I don't got time. It should be a part of your daily regiment, like you were raised to do. But now these children are not raised to do that. So now there's a generation that hates their mother and their father, which means they hate family. And that's what you see being destroyed, the family. Now the children are monsters. Now, when a woman has a child, she doesn't want to breastfeed the child. Or when a woman gets pregnant, she doesn't want the child. Now, the hate of family grows out of this world. And it's a generation of people like that has come and gone in this world over and over again because we fall into decay when we leave the culture of our fathers. Keep going.
Come. Verse 12. There's a generation that are pure in their own eyes and yet is not washed from their filthiness.
There's a generation. Then we leave that generation. Now we start going into the 60s. And who were there in the 60s? Martin Luther the King. And he was the righteous man. Malcolm X was a righteous man fighting for the people. Then we found out Martin Luther King said, call me a nigga now, in that hotel room with them white women. Everybody thought he was Reverend Dr. Bishop Martin Luther Evangelist Martin Luther the King. They thought he was a man of God. In their own eyes, they were righteous. To the world, they were righteous. They were dressed as men of God. They spoke as men of high stature and valor. When they were worse than the people that they overlook. Keep going.
Verse 13, there's a generation.
But why are they worse than the people they overlook? Because they're not what? It's in the verse. They are not what? Go ahead.
They're not clean?
They're not washed. They're unclean. They look good, they talk good, they seem successful, but they are filthy. They are evil. How do we know they're filthy? By what they do. What they do. It shows us who they really are. Not what they say, not how they lead a crowd or command, not how they get bit by dogs and sprayed by water hoses. That they are. Who they are, what they do on their own time when they're in them hotel rooms with those prostitutes. It's always been people like that. Go ahead.
If I could, Cal, like that's heavy you bring that out because like me and my rib before we came into the truth, like we was just searching like how to better the condition, so we was watching like Dr. Francis Crest, like old Huey P. Like we had pulled up to like a Dr. Umar joint, and he had like it was right around the time when they was like revoking his doctorship or something like that, and his bread was running low, and we drove from Chicago to Detroit because that's where it was at, and we got there. I had bought the 2 tickets, which was stupid, crazy in the price. I had bought like 2 hoodies and 2 books, and then he had passed the collection plate around that joint. I had just gone ahead and we handed that joint right over, like because we ain't,
we had no more bread.
We had no more bread, and then he just started just trying to blaze on us. Like he's like, that's the problem. Like y'all don't want to see no school built. Y'all ain't trying to better our condition and this, that, and y'all don't care about black people. Like right and during the whole thing, just started blazing. We was like, damn, like we did all this, and he just went crazy like that, and so we just the Lord did it for us, and then not too long after it was the conscious stripper scandal, and
he ain't got no schools now. You done been in this school for what? How many years you been in this school?
Shit was going on 8.
How many schools
years.
have you seen being built in 8 years here?
I can't even count that. So.
All right, and it was done by poor people. Because the work of the Lord ain't about the rich. It's about the unification of the meek. That's what the work of the Lord is. It's about us coming together, the people that actually care. But there's always been a generation of people that talk like they love the Lord, like they act like they love the Lord, but they're filthy. They're disgusting. Keep going.
Come. Verse 13. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up.
And then we get into this next generation of people. Well, we was in the 60s, now we're going into the 80s and the 90s. And now you got them church ladies with them big old hats on, sitting in the front of the church, singing all of the songs, making everybody believe that God was with them. The Christian church is thriving at this time. I'm just giving you different generations, different eras of time, the breakdown of the family structure, the breakdown of the leaders, and the rise of the Christian church, the house of whoredom. And now what? They're the new face. Martin Luther King gone. So now the new face of righteousness is the church, the black church, and God. And what Muhammad said, and Jesus. That's what you're reading about. You're reading about loftiness in their eyes. What did he say? T.D. Jakes said, "Woman, thou art loose." That's what he said. Woman, you are free from that man. You're free from being under him. Now, who's teaching the hate of the Father? Who's teaching the hate of the people? It was coming out your church now. Well, there's always been pimps that have taught the people what the white man wanted them to know. That's how you got Christianity and slavery. There's always been a sellout. And Solomon was telling you about these sellouts in his time. Keep going.
Come. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. Mm-hmm. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor.
To do what?
To devour the poor from off the earth.
Now, that's what you see today. Now you see the people that are devouring the poor. The Christian church broke the family up and destroyed the family and took the family wealth and put it into their pockets. Now all of the Christians are poor. And what are they saying? Well, you should pray. Should I ask God to help you? Sow a seed. No weapon formed against you should prosper. Now they're devouring the poor with their mouth, with their words, with their teeth. And they don't care. Shut the door. Shut the door and bring the collection plate back. Dr. Umar said, what? What he said to you? Oh, that's what's wrong with the community. Now his mouth is oppressing you. The world has destroyed you. Now you are being destroyed for being poor. They was mad at you because you and Shayla was getting blazed on because you were poor. You spent all your money to come over here to do something good. And he devoured the poor with his teeth, with his mouth, with his words. That's the generation you live in now. A place full of people that look good, that talk good, and do nothing. The reason this school is so important is because we practice what we preach. That's why this place is so important. It's the last hope for people. It's like, if this don't work, then it's time to crash out. Ain't nothing else left. Ain't no place of righteousness. If you read the book of Ecclesiastes 3:16, when it talks about, I saw under the sun the place of righteousness, it doesn't say the places of righteousness. It doesn't say that. There is a place that gives you hope. Because everywhere else, it's just full of it. That hopefully finish reading that scripture.
Come. To devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men.
And the what?
and the needy from among men.
You know what? You know what hurts the Christian church? When people need money. They can't stand that because now what are they required to do?
To give.
They're required to give. And that can't, but a Christian pastor can't stand giving. He only likes to receive. Go ahead. They get to running through them books. Like,
See, as a matter of fact, you can only get if you done already put.
it's a fact. We feed the community, you know, earth. That's what the Christians need to get rid of all the needy. So what they say? Yeah, I like Donald Trump. He want to deport. He want to stop this homelessness. Whatever you can do to make sure you don't ask me for money is the work of God. That's what's going through right now. That's the generation you live in right now. Vipers, thieves, robbers, liars, hypocrites. You live in the worst time of history. The scripture said, if Sodom and Gomorrah had heard what you hear, they would have changed. Have y'all read that scripture before? Pull that for me. Scripture say, if Sodom and Gomorrah would have heard what you heard, meaning if Sodom and Gomorrah had a prophet that go out on the street every week and taught them, a city full of people that were LGBT, that whole city would have changed. People in that city would have changed. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 23. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. Mm-hmm. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day.
Do you hear that now? Do you hear how evil we are right now in this time? Since 1969, there have been blacks and Hispanic men going out on the streets warning this world about the destruction that's at hand. The Bible says, if Sodom and Gomorrah were to receive these teachings and seeing the mighty works, what's the mighty works? People say, I want to see a miracle. Look at me. Look at you. Look at all these brothers that's in the school. That's a miracle. The lives that we live in here is a miracle. The things that we see, a white man getting on his knees and kissing your boots is a miracle. You getting off of drugs, you stop smoking cigarettes without a patch. You stop smoking cigarettes because the Bible cut you. You came to class, got cut, and cigarettes was gone out of your taste. That is a miracle. Well, if they had teachers in Sodom and Gomorrah, they would not have gotten a meteor shower on their city that destroyed them in fire and brimstone. Keep reading.
Verse 24. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee.
Christ said, if you thought what was done to Sodom and Gomorrah was bad, then wait till you see what we do to you. And that is important for you to understand about when it comes to who you're working for and what we're doing in here. Christ ain't coming back. See, you think it's some brothers and sisters still believe a little bit about the Jesus from the church, about the love. Like, the love he's shown you is dying for you. That's the love he showed you. But now his eyes are as a flame of fire because he sit here and watch you live your life and says, I'm covered in Jesus' blood. Let Jesus take the wheel. The Lord is going to provide. You ain't doing nothing for the Lord. Nah, brothers and sisters better get a little bit more focused. You better be trying to find a way to do something to make the Lord say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you want to do. All right, go ahead.
Some questions online.
Come on, let's get it.
The first question is Officer Yaganan. He says, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Question. Why is Venezuela catching so much hell right now?
That's the question? That's it?
Khan.
Because the white man is the devil. That's why they catching hell. The white man is trying to, let me tell you what's happening. The white man knows he's about to go to war, and he knows that he can't go to Saudi Arabia and Iran and Iraq to get oil anymore. And so that's going to be a very hot zone to try to go to the Middle East to get oil, and that all that water you got to cross, you can get trapped in that water. So he wants to get oil and gas off of the coast of North, South, Central America. It's a whole lot close. And the second biggest reserve of oil on the earth is in Venezuela, right off of the coast. So he sees Venezuela for the oil. It's not about drugs. It's not about fishing boats. It's not about any of that. It is for oil because we're about to go to war. And to move a tank, to move boats, to move planes, to move helicopters, to move anything, you need oil. You need the zinc and the tin from Nigeria, from Africa, to wrap the missiles in. You need that metal, so they're about to start messing with Africa too, because they know what's about to happen. They know we're about to get knee deep in the war, and they gotta get ready for it, because your president is the first and last dictator of this country. And he know he done burnt bridges with all his allies. Europe is divided. They don't mess with each other no more. So he can't depend on NATO, because everybody's going to start fending for themselves. Everyone's going to turn to their own people. That's what everybody's going to do right now. So that's what you're seeing happening. And that's why Russia is so mad at Ukraine, because we need you to be unified with us. You over here with us, and you trying to be a part of NATO. We don't got time for that. That's why China is so mad at Taiwan, because it is time for them to turn to their own people. Because we're about to go into a world war. We can't have you sitting on the border of my country being friends with the enemy. No, we're going to have to beat you until you submit and become one with us. Go ahead.
Sir, I was saying that in my class, like I was denoting how like everybody is, if you look at France, if you look at the UK, even Australia, everybody is trying to get rid of immigrants right now. Everybody trying to flush them out, like they doing it violently, like they protesting everywhere, like every European country, abroad, everything, they trying to get rid of their immigrants. And the immigrants not really even doing no terroristic type stuff. They just flushing them out all of a sudden, everywhere, all across the world.
Why are they doing that? Give me that scripture, Isaiah 13 and 14. Let me give you a scripture on that just to help you out. Oh, matter of fact, the best one. Now, give me Isaiah 13, 14, and give me Exodus 1.
Khan.
Exodus 1.
This is the book of, you want Isaiah first, sir?
Yeah, if you could.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe.
Chase roe.
Salakia. It shall be as the chased roe.
A chase roe is a deer on the run. That's how it's going to be. Everybody is scared right now, and they running. Go ahead.
And as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man.
They shall what?
They shall every man turn to his own people.
Turn to who?
his own people.
Ukraine is looking like the ops to Russia because you are my people, but you trying to be joined with Europe, with NATO. No, we got to turn to me. China is mad at Taiwan and saying you are with us, but you're trying to turn to NATO. Nope, not with us. You can't do that. When who was that? Was it Mexico? Mexico started talking about joining BRIC. Mexico started saying, "Oh, we finna join BRIC." U.S. is like, "No, you're not." Now it is called the Gulf of the United States. What is it called? The Gulf of America. He said, "We finna come and take all that. We're not finna have enemies on our borders." Because now everyone must do what?
Turn to his own people
Keep going.
and flee every one into his own land.
That's what's happening. Everybody's going to have to come together and now fight on one accord. So you can't have immigrants. They need to go back to their own land. Why? Because now the ops is in your land. What do they do when you're in another land and they about to bomb you? What do they tell you? Let's say you're from America and you're in Afghanistan and we know we're about to attack Afghanistan. What do we do to our citizens? What do we tell them? We say, go to the embassy and get your ass home. Get up out of there. That's how everybody know. You start seeing all the Americans packing bags running to the embassy. What's going on? Nothing. We got nothing. I'm gonna go check on my mom. Everybody? All of y'all got to go check on y'all parents? Yeah, it's a family emergency. Hey, get the missiles ready. Get the air defense. Because everyone is going to have to turn back to their own people. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Everyone that is found is going to be thrust through. Everyone that's found with who? Keep going.
And every one that is joined unto them.
Joined unto what?
Unto them.
Everybody that is found joined unto them is going to be thrust through. It's going to be what? Keep going.
Shall fall by the sword.
They're all going to fall by the sword. So, what's happening? Everybody's being told to get out of the land. Everybody is being pushed to their own people. But Donald Trump is taking land and conquering and getting natural resources from everybody because he knows he needs it and he's about to be a dictator and he's about to go to war with everybody. And the best thing to do is beat up on the people that don't have a strong military. Just take it. Why not? Who's going to defend them? Who defends the needy? Who defends the defenseless? No one. Yeah, he snatched a president up. Yeah, you know why? Because he can do that. Because there are no righteous rulers. And that's why when I hear people say, you can't judge me, it's so evil. Because there are no judges. There are no righteous judges. And that's why Paul was trying to teach the brothers in the school, don't go before the unjust to get justice. You keep looking for the white man to do something right. Would you think voting a better white man in office is going to make the world a better place? He is the unjust. There is no righteousness in him. So you thinking that you're going to change your situation in this place with a vote, you playing, you running in a hamster wheel. You're running in circles. You're not going nowhere. You're running all day, but you're not going nowhere. You're on a treadmill. Now go back. Go hit me with Exodus. This is what they're really afraid of. Give me Exodus 1 and 7.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty. And the land was filled with them.
Do you hear that? This is what they're afraid of. The children of Israel in the land of the captivity are fruitful, strong, and mighty. And this is what any nation will be afraid of when they know they're about to go to war. Because you know what they look at the children of Israel as in the land with them? What?
Enemies.
Give them a hand. That is the truth. And you can't sleep at night knowing your enemies is right next door to you. You can't sleep at night knowing your enemies is fixing the food. They don't care about DEI. They care about their safety. If I want that burger cooked, let Bessie, let Charlene, let old white lady fix my food. Let her fix my food because I trust her with my food more than them. When in actuality, if you look at the statistics, you're more in danger with white people fixing your food. Because white people, a white teacher put semen, her husband's semen in cupcakes the other day and took them to school and fed them to her students. I think you may want blacks and Hispanics in your kitchen. I think you may want us, to be the police. I think you may want us here because we're not nasty and disgusting and criminals and murderers. You are. But because we're enemies, you look at us and you say they're more and mightier than we. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 8. And now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
This is what America's biggest fear is. We're so strong. They got GMO in all your food, in your water. We just talking about water. The brother was like, yeah, I drink this water. I was like, nah, that ain't the good water. Well, I need the Ozarka. Nah, that ain't good either. So what I need to drink, Fiji? Oh, hell no. Nah. It's like everything that we drink and eat is to kill us. We around here getting fatter, bigger, tighter, and having more babies. Getting stronger. We getting stronger as you feed us poison. And they don't understand it. They don't understand. Imagine if you would put a rat trap out and you come in there and the rat is bigger. You putting out the rat poison and you looking and he looking at you. You come in the garage, you looking at him, he looking at you, and he bigger than he was the last time. And he got kids that's just as big as him. You're going to be like, I'm going to shoot him. I got to get, how am I going to get rid? That's us. He looked at blacks and Hispanics like, they like babies, kids. They don't die, they multiply. And they don't understand it. And so now they trying to deal wisely with us. They making all these different rules and coming up with these different, bylaws and, these different bills that they have to pass to give them the legal advantage. They come up with ICE to give them the, to make, they're deputizing the citizens. They're deputizing the citizens to now say that if you find some illegal immigrants, you can take them and cage them in your house. Let the government know and receive government funding. What is that called?
Welfare.
No.
Resources to oppressors?
Nope. You can take an illegal immigrant, take him to your house, cage him, let the government know, hey, I got 4 Mexicans. They're going to start paying you for the 4 Mexicans monthly. What's that called?
Bounty hunting.
It's bounty hunting for sure, but what is it also called? Let me see if somebody in the chat got it. Prison. They spread it out, the private prison, to the community. Now you can be a prison. That's what you are now. Now you're in prison. And they say if you kill them, don't worry about it. If you accidentally kill a Mexican, you won't be charged with it. Well, that's what they did to us in Egypt. That's what they did to us in Egypt. Keep going.
Khan, verse 11. What's it like here? There's more on 10.
Go ahead.
And fight against us, and so get them out of the land.
Let's do what?
And so get them up out of the land.
Let's do what?
So get them up out of the
They
land.
said, hey, we got to get them up out of here. This is how you know we're the children of Israel. Because you know what? Those Chinese people are immigrants too. And nobody's deporting them. Nobody's deporting those Afghan. Listen, the people from Afghanistan flew over here on Air Force One. Do you hear what I said? They flew over here on a military plane, first class. They put their feet on the ground. They put their boots on the ground and received Airbnb vouchers for years. Guess what else they got? Housing,
Food stamps.
stimulus, food stamps, Section 8, and nobody calls them lazy. Nobody calls them saying that they, should pick up themselves by their bootstraps. They gave them the meal ticket to success. But we got to get you up out of the land because you are the children of God. Keep going.
Khan, verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
They set over them what?
Taskmasters.
They set ice over us. They put you in harder bondage. You go to work now, they treating you like garbage because they know you need the job, and if you lose the job, you're going to be on the streets. They oppressed you with more affliction. Keep going.
To afflict them with their burdens.
With the what?
With their burdens.
That's why you're on drugs. Me and DeWalt was heading up here to class. This brother was put outside. Guess what? The $250.50 grams. All right. They selling medical marijuana for $2.50. You know that medical marijuana is full of that finny. That finny pack is in them grams out. They finding a way, and guess what? Standing next to the sign, guess what it was? It was a brother just standing there. The fake, listen, not because they know you're so oppressed, you're so full of affliction and burdens, you are going to drink yourself or smoke yourself to death. That's the only way I can get you up out of here. Because no matter how much GMO I put in your food, no matter how much chemicals and mercury I put in your water, you're getting bigger and stronger. Everything I do, I put your house next to a chemical plant. You breathing up all the worst toxins that we got in the earth, and you're running a 9 in a. You mutating into a Lord. God damn. The football team is, the basketball team, your teenagers are beating the Olympic champions. They just had a little boy on the Olympic team last year that was 15-year-old that was running the 4x4 out. He was on a world record team, and he was 15 years old in the Olympics running with grown men, drinking that bad water. Come on now. We got to get rid of them, and I know what to do. I seen a brother in San Antonio flipping the sign, said, free weed. Free. He was flipping that sign like he was selling taxes. Well, flipping that sign all around his back, over his head. I looked at the sign, that shit said, free weed. I said, God. Listen now, they have to do something to get rid of us. Keep going.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
And that's what you do. They want to get you up out of here as you build America. As you build this place up and make it so great. Yeah, they hate you. And they're going to war with the earth and you to stop you from being the rulers. Keep going.
Pithom, and Ramses.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. But the more they afflicted
This
them,
the part they can't stand right here. Read that again.
but the more they afflicted them,
Mm-hmm.
the more they multiplied and grew.
The more hurt they put on us, the more oppression they put on us, we going home and relieving that stress on them wives. That's what's happening. And the white man, I guess he ain't being afflicted enough. Because he ain't making no babies. Jorge coming to work like, oh man, I got another one. I got another one, man. Oh man. He over here running from ICE. He running from ICE, running right into the house and getting right into some box. The more they afflict us, the more we grew. The oppressor is afraid of you because your oppressor knows that God loves you.
That's right.
And one thing that our oppressor is going to have to understand is that Jesus' blood can't save you from God's vengeance that he's going to give to you for what you've done to his people. Jesus can't save you, white man. God hates you. There's nothing that you can do to escape God's vengeance. So blacks and Hispanics, because God loves you, you need to do everything to show him that you deserve to be saved from him. Because the only thing that can save you from God is Christ. Because the Lord wants you to be next to the white man on day of judgment. Christ has faith in you. His men had faith in you. Paul said, it's my heart's desire and prayer that all Israel be saved. Why? Because the Lord was fed up. The Lord was like, you know what? You know how many times the Lord got fed up with us? The Lord was with Moses, was like, man, you know what? I'm going to just kill all these niggas. I got you up here trying to get them some laws, statutes, and commandments. I come down here, they throwing a whole kickback. They got a whole trail ride going on down here at the bottom of the mountain. Just imagine how evil you got to be. You hear God's voice in this mountain talking to Moses. You hear it. God ain't whispering. You hear the voice of God. You like, oh, damn, the Lord up there. Let's build a God. Come on, God. The Lord was like, Moses, I'm going to kill all of them, and we're just going to have the Mosesites. Moses was like, Lord, please, if you do that, then your enemies are going to laugh at you. They're going to say, you brought these people out in the wilderness just to kill them all. The Lord was like, all right. Let's give them another chance. The Lord Moses threw the tablets down when the Lord wrote the commandments on. They went back up there, the Lord rewrote them again. Well, that's for you. That's for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. God loves you. Because of that, thank the Lord for his love and change your life. That's all he wants. All he wants you to do is change. Let me see. Where we stopped at? What verse we stopped at?
Exodus 1 and 11. It's like we're on 1 and 13.
We on 13. Go ahead, read that. Read to 14.
Khan. Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field.
Let me tell you what's happening with this whole Venezuela thing and Mexico being persecuted and blacks and Hispanics being persecuted in the United States and Puerto Rico being persecuted. Puerto Rico is a part of the U.S. and they get treated like they're not. Donald Trump said, I spoke with the president of Puerto Rico. Nigga, you are the president. What are you talking about? He's so dumb. He's just so dumb, and they hate us. The level of hatred they have for God's people, it is nowhere else expressed to no one else. They are cordial with everyone else. But what they do to us, it proves that we the people of God are. And it's so evil for us to say, the tribes ain't our brothers. Oh, they not our brothers. They white men. It's so evil because you don't see that hatred shown toward not even their enemies. They know that the COVID-19 came from from Wuhan. The president called it the Wuhan, China disease. What do you call it? The Wuhan virus. He know exactly where it came from. You know what Donald Trump did not do? Bomb the lab. He dropped bombs on the fishing boats from Venezuela because they was going to bring drugs in that was going to hurt Americans. The drugs are going to hurt the American people, so I'm saving the people. No. COVID killed 3 million people in America. The Wuhan lab is still producing more diseases. It's still producing more things to kill more of us. It's still standing there. You know why? Because China has some way to fight back. Venezuela doesn't. And you know what they're doing now? Oppressing them more, with more rigor. Now what you think about to happen in Venezuela? Work is about to be increased. They about to pump more oil. They about to have them canning up more oil because they're making us work with rigor. You feel it. Now imagine how much you feel the oppression and you don't have weed to smoke. You can't get drunk every day and night. You got to stay fully functional. You got to stay doing what's right, and you got to follow God's laws. That's why you deserve to rule. And we got to stay right there. In our mind, we got to go through all of the suppression and the pain, and the only outlet that we have is the truth. This is your new drug. This is the new thing you get high on. Being able to provide a place to free your people. Let me tell you something that keeps me zealous in the work of the Lord. When I look at America and America's history, and I see how a band of misfits, which was started with the 13 original colonies. It was a small group of people that had an idea and a dream of a place. And now I live in that dream. I live in the place of this small group of men and women fought for it. And they spread it out across this country and took it. And now this is the greatest country in history, right? Well, if that small group of white people could do that, then imagine what we're going to do for God. Imagine what we're going to give our King with the small group of brothers and sisters that are in this school. We just have to be willing to make the sacrifices that this small group of white people made. That's it. These small group of white people had to go through some things. They had to suffer. They had to be put through some things. You know, every day wasn't, hunky-dory. But now look at what they fought for. Look at the war they had to fight, and look what you have because of it. Oh, brother, we're going to have something way greater than this. We're going to have something way glorious because we're not going to have to actually do the fighting that they did. The only fight you got to do is against weed, hoes, hating your brother. That's your fight. You mean to tell me we can't get the kingdom of heaven because of 250 grams? Are we losing to weed? Cigarettes? We losing to not being able to love one another? Give me Luke. Give me the book of Luke 17.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 1.
Hold on, let me see exactly what I need. Luke 17. Yeah, start at 1. That's cool.
Wakan. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offenses will come. So like then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offenses will come.
Christ is telling the disciples, ain't no way that you're not going to offend your brother and get into it with your brother and your sister. So you can't use, oh, I don't want to join with the brothers or be around the sisters because I don't like them. Like, it's impossible that you cannot offend people that you were raised totally different from. You got offenses in your marriage where you walk around the house naked with this person. And y'all offend each other and say you hate each other some days and fight and argue. It's impossible to not offend each other. So if your reason for not getting the kingdom or not building this is that you can't love one another, then we'll never have anything. You think they didn't hate each other in the 13 colonies? You think they didn't fight? But they fought for what was more important, more. Keep going.
But woe unto him through whom they come.
But Christ said, but destruction is going to come to the person that does the offending. Keep going.
Wakan, verse 2. It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he cast into the sea, than that he should offend one of these little ones.
This is what Christ is trying to get you to understand. Brothers and sisters come in this school to try to change their life. And you could offend them in a way that could make them weak in the faith. Listen now, the best thing that you should do is you should do your best not to offend a brother or sister when they come in this school. Because Christ is saying it'd be better that if you put a millstone around your neck and hang over a boat and drop into the middle of the ocean. Because if I get to you before you dump yourself in the ocean, it's going to be better for you just to hurt yourself. It's what it'd be better. Why is he saying this? Because it's, okay, I teach the brothers all the time how important the young men are when they come into school, the young sisters. That's why we have the rules that we have. If a brother or sister come into the school, they are to be saluted only. Why is that here? Because all of us are coming in here learning. But there is something in you that, okay, you're trying to teach them, but your way of teaching them could offend them. And now you've given them a reason to leave. And Christ is like, Satan can't cast out Satan. You coming in here, you're destroying what we're building as we're trying to build it. We bringing in bricks and you taking them down. That's an offense to your king. Woe to them that makes these offenses come. Keep going.
Wakan, verse 3. Take heed to yourselves.
Take heed to what?
To yourselves.
Hey, watch yourself, man. Be careful. Keep going.
If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him. And if he repent, forgive him.
This is how we're going to build this up. You're going to be able to take correction. You're not always right. But if you feel like you got to be always right, then you're just going to be put out and be treated like a heathen or a publican because you can't be corrected because now you're not a brother. But there's no way we're not going to offend each other. It's impossible. So the biggest thing that we're going to have to do that thing that I see niggas do in the club all the time. A white man will step on your shoe in the club and you will apologize before he do. I see brothers, not brothers in the school, but I see brothers in the world. a white boy step on their shoe, they be, oh no, it's good. It's all good. Like they make sure he don't even have to apologize. You step on his shoe, they look at you like, don't worry about it. You good. A black dude standing too close to you, you like, damn, my nigga. Damn. All that room over here, you got to come stand over here. We don't give that same love to each other that we give to everybody else. In here, we prefer one another over everybody else.
That's right.
We forgive each other more than everybody else. No, I know what you meant. I know you didn't mean to do that. That's what we do in here. And sisters, y'all better get that in y'all. Sisters hold grudges like the Grinch. Sisters can't stand each other. That's why there's no women gangs. You ever heard of the women Bloods, the women Crips? The women don't have gangs, Zach. There is no gang for a woman. The only thing a woman have that's like a gang is a sorority. And the sororities are just about saying, I'm better than you. We better bitches than y'all are. That's what sororities are. But men don't mind getting their ass beat for brotherhood. Like, can you imagine how men think? Like, we think like this. All right, I need brotherhood so bad, I'm willing to go and get my ass beat to join you. What I gotta do? I gotta get jumped in over here, over there. Where you 10 niggas gonna beat me up at? Over here, over there. Yeah, man, I got a black eye, but hey, I'm in the family now. Sisters don't have that. Sisters don't have that. So y'all, it's harder for y'all to build love for each other because y'all don't like each other. So when you come in the truth, you have to understand this scripture is talking to you too. You need to be careful how you treat your sisters and not offend them. Sisters coming to school, I believe this, but my man better not try to get another wife. Now, this sister is dealing with it. Her man got another wife. And she's fighting her demons every day, but you not fighting your demons. And now you're trying to make her feel weak for fighting her demons. Oh, well, that's her. If she want to put up with that, then that's her. I'm not putting up with that. You are offending her. And Christ said, it'd be better that you just get rid of yourself before I get to you. You better fix that. Or if you don't agree or if you don't like it, why don't you just say nothing? You could do that too, That works. Oh, yeah, your brothers and sisters, oh, yeah, I understand. That is what the school teach. Yep, that's what the Bible say. Yep. And that's it. You can do that so you won't offend anyone and make anyone feel weak for trying to be more like Christ. That's what you can do. Keep going.
Verse 4, and if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him.
You know what this is teaching you? That we, in order to build this place up, we're going to have to not have a number of, oh, no, this is the second time, bro, I'm done with you. We can't give up on each other like that. We're going to have to treat the brotherhood and the sisterhood the way you're supposed to treat a marriage. We're supposed to be binded into this. People always say, oh, I'm all about family. I'm all about family. Well, I don't ever see women giving up on their children like they give up on their husband. That son of yours could go to jail 24 times. Guess who's going to be in that courtroom every time he go to trial? You, crying, saying, my son, he been coming to church with me lately. He got saved. He really trying to be a better man. Please give him a chance. But that husband come home at 11:45. You told him, don't be out all night with them niggas. Now you talking about, I don't want to be with him no more because he changing. I don't know who he is anymore. He would never do this. Seem like your husband is not your family, but everyone else is. The Bible is telling you you're going to have to learn to forgive your brothers and sisters in the school the way you're supposed to forgive your husband, the way you forgive your children. Because all of us are one. We all have to stand, we all have to build this up together as a family. A family is a band of nations. I'm sorry, a nation is a band of families. We need family structures to build this up because we're getting old. So who are we going to depend on? The children. The children have to carry the torch for what we're building right now. We need them as they need us. Christ is trying to break it down to you. This is how you build what I'm about to die for. That's what makes it so heavy, because he's trying to give them the blueprint to the kingdom. Because the kingdom of heaven is where? Within us. So there's something that each and every one of us have to sacrifice to do to build this place that we all say we want. Christ is telling you how to do it. It starts with loving each other and forgiving each other over and over and over again. Because it's impossible that you're going to come in here and not be offended by a brother or a sister. It's impossible that offenses will come. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 5. And the apostles said unto the Lord, increase our faith.
He said what?
Increase our faith.
They were like, Salaki, sir. Help us. Help us become stronger. Increase our faith. Like, we want to build the kingdom. We want to do it. We want to make sure that we do this work the way you want it to be done. So, Lord, give us what we need. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 6. And the Lord said, if ye had faith as a grain of mustard seed.
If you had what?
Faith as a grain of mustard seed. Ye might say unto this sycamine, Salakia, sycamine, this sycamine tree, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it should obey you.
Let me tell you what Christ so heavy with the cuts. Christ has said, if you had faith, you will be. What is faith? Let me help you understand what he's saying. Faith is works. What are they asking them? What are they asking Christ for?
It's like a zeal. They're asking him for zeal.
Nope. What are they asking Christ for?
So like a direction.
Anybody in the chat? I just literally gave you the answer. What is it, Dewar? They're asking Christ for more work. Work is what strengthens your faith. You do what you believe in. And if you don't do it, it's because you don't believe in it. The Makia, there was a video that Yarmak showed the other day about the Makia. The Makia saw a video where I think it was a dollar bill, and I think they put some bleach on the baking soda on the dollar bill and water. And on the video, he had a razor, and he was flicking the dollar bill, and dollars were coming out. And Tamakia saw that. Now, we had been working and drinking all day, and, it was, my brother Tamakia, he's a very smart and intelligent brother. But he was like, because of poverty, because of how poor, he was like, I at least got to try it. Now, listen, you may not understand that, but that is faith. He was like, because what if it work? If we don't do it, then we'll never know that it don't work. We'll assume. And that's what a lot of brothers and sisters do. A lot of brothers and sisters see, oh, it's only one brother in my zone. It's only one or two of us. So it's not important that I show up to class. It's not important. You showing up every day is showing the Lord, oh, this person got faith. I'm going to send a couple of more brothers and sisters in there to relieve them because they've been working so hard. But there's no reason to relieve you because you haven't even stepped in to do nothing. So what am I relieving you from? You in here, You haven't even showed me that you deserve more. Because he that is faithful over a few things, I'll make you ruler over many. You ain't showed the Lord that you deserve nothing. The Maki said, listen, I'm finna go home and get these dollars, put it in some baking soda, put some water on it, and try to see if I can get some. Christ said, if you just would do that, I'll give you more. Keep going.
Khan, verse 7. But which of you, having a servant plowing or feeding cattle, will say unto him, by and by, when he is come from the field, go and sit down to meat?
Christ is saying, all right, let me break this down to you. Which one of you having a servant that's working in your field will say, go sit down at the table first? Keep going.
Khan, verse 8. And will not rather say unto him, make ready wherewith I may sup, and gird thyself, and serve me.
He said, if you got an employee, if you have a butler, if you have a maid, how many of you will see them working and say, hey, go sit down and eat? Or would you rather say, make me a plate, serve me? You work for me. Why are you sitting down? Imagine your butler and your maid. Imagine we in the kingdom and you got servants and they sitting down eating the food they cook and you ain't ate yet. That's what Christ is saying. I got servants that's trying to eat before me. Keep going.
Khan, and serve me till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink.
Then after that, I'm gonna eat. So now my butler and my maid gonna sit down and eat before me, and then after that, then they gonna come and feed me. Keep going.
Khan, verse 9. Doth he thank that servant because he did the things that were commanded him?
Now, are we gonna say that what this servant did was amazing? I fixed the food, I cooked. What'd he say?
I
think not. I'm not gonna reward you because you fixed my plate. I hired you to fix plates. I'm not gonna reward you because you made the bed. I hired you to make the. You're just doing what I pay you to do. You're not doing nothing. You're not going above and beyond because you're not celebrating Christmas. Because you didn't celebrate, you didn't eat the turkey this year. What you think, you're gonna get the kingdom of heaven? Now you're gonna get the kingdom of heaven because I didn't celebrate Christmas for 5 years. I'm a man of God. I think not. Keep going.
Verse 10. So likewise ye, when ye shall have done all those things which are you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do.
That's what you need to know. That you are not worth anything, and everything that you are doing is what you have been commanded to do. That's it. So now what you're trying to do is go above and beyond what you are just required to do. Now, you come in the house clean, the food fixed, and, and it's a new car in the garage. And you're like, man, where does this car come from? Oh, Salakia, sir. I got this car for you. That's what your king want. The king want the house to be clean and everything done. And if I could, sir, you know how we be at Passover? We be like, hey, Salakia, General, we would like to present to you this crossbow. This crossbow is the best crossbow. It's this and that. Oh, the water, sir. If I could, sir, I would like to present to you. We got this milk from Lake Minnetonka. The finest of breast milks. The finest of breast milks from the camel. We got this cup. This is the Holy Grail. We found this in the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. We swam down with no gear. A brother held his breath, brought it up all the way to the shore, sir. This came from the bottom of the Pacific. That's what Christ wants. Christ want to see what you're going to do in faith. What are you going to do above and beyond? How are you going to take this to the next level? Not, well, I keep the Sabbath, I keep the Shabbat. I came to the feast day. Nah, that ain't faith. Everybody do that. Listen, let me tell you what Christ is trying to get you to understand. He's not, maybe this will help. No, I'm going to just say it. He's not going to give you everything you want, because if he does, you're going to stop working for him. That's what's going to. Let me just free your mind. Okay. Let me give you a story. The Warriala, you and IDR, y'all robbed the store, right? Y'all broke in, y'all robbed the store. And the laws is hot on y'all trail. Y'all got the money. Y'all dropped the money off at my crib. But they own y'all bumper. I take the money, go hide the money. I hide the money, put the money in a place that only I know about. I go to the police station. I say, hey, I did it. I did it, so, I'm going to take the charge. Now I'm locked up. I'm gone for 30 years, right? What are y'all going to call me and ask me about every day? What are you going to ask me about?
I'm going to ask you if you could tell me where that stash at, I could put something on your books.
Yeah, you're going to say, man, I need that bread, man. Hey, I sure appreciate you. I appreciate what you did for me. But where that stash at, man? Because, I'm behind on my rent. I need to help my mama with this. My kids got this going on. I just, I'm going to put some money on your books and have you living like a king. What am I going to say to that?
Why would I tell you that?
Why? We friends. We boys. Right? Y'all my niggas. I'm taking a charge for y'all. Right? Why do I not want to give you the money?
Because we will spend it.
Because after I give you the money,
We're no longer friends.
there's no reason for you to talk to me ever again. That's your relationship with God. That's your relationship with Christ. If you could just see that, you're that type of friend. Because you do it already. Lord, I need a job. The Lord give you a job. Now, this is the reason I can't come and serve the Lord, because of the job that God gave me. Lord, I need a rib. Bam, you get a rib. Now, this is the reason I can't come do the work of the Lord, because of the rib that God gave me. So God is giving you things that's stopping you from working for him. Is that what you're teaching them? Then he should just take it all from you. Because now when he takes everything from you, you're a servant. When you're sleeping in the school, now you got all the time to paint the signs, to paint the walls, and do the videos, and teach class, and go out and feed the homeless. You ain't got nothing but service. But when you don't, when you're not at your lowest, now it's getting in the way. The work of the Lord is getting in the way. So now we'll never get the kingdom of heaven as long as you got food and clothes. Is that what you're saying? Christ is telling his disciples, I think not. I'm not going to give you what you want before I get what I want. No. Now let me get this. Give me Mark 4 and Mark 4. Four 18, real quick. That'll get straight to the point.
Wakan. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 18. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word.
Some people come in the truth, and the truth is in them, but they're sown amongst thorns, meaning it's getting choked up, such as hear the truth and what?
Such as hear the word.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. And the cares of this world.
The what?
And the cares of this
Let me
world.
tell you what stops a lot of brothers and sisters from growing in the work of the Lord and building the kingdom of heaven. The cares of this world. And what?
And the deceitfulness of riches.
And the what?
The deceitfulness of riches.
Go ahead.
And the lusts of other things entering in. Choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful.
Let me tell you what happens. You get to praying and asking God to look out for you and take care of you, and he do, and then you say, well, I can't come due to slavery. I can't help due to rib. I can't come due to my children, the ones you pray for, the ones you ask the Lord for. Now you don't do for the Lord because of them. That's why the Lord has to just keep his feet on your neck. You serve him better when you're homeless. You're not the type of servant that could have a house and a car and a wife and children and still love God. Listen, don't be like that. Be someone that grows in work with the Lord's gifts that he gives you. The Lord bless you with a rib. Now you and your rib serving the Lord. The Lord give you a job. Now you center your job. Like, I can't work during this time because I got to be available for this. The work of the Lord, our King is waiting on us. I'm never giving you niggas the money as long as I'm locked up. Never. Because I won't ever get to enjoy the fruit of my labor. I'm doing the 30 years. So even though I didn't do the crime, I'm going to benefit from your crime. I'm going to benefit from it because I gave up my time and my life for you to be free. Christ is going to benefit from the death. He's going to benefit from the cross because he died for your sins. He's going to get all the juice out of it, all the benefit out of dying for you. And he's not going to give you more than you can bear. And being rich is more than you can bear. You're going to leave God when you get some money. You're going to turn on God. You're not going to look, you're going to forget Commander General YAHANNA's name when you get some money. You're going to say, oh my God, I got some money. And them niggas is going to start asking me to pay tithes. I'm moving to Fiji. I'm moving to another country. I'm going to get up out of here for they be trying to ask me for some. That's what you'll do. You think you won't. Peter didn't think he would deny Christ either. Peter was Christ's right-hand man. Christ, what you talking about, bro? They not touching you. Bro, get you behind me, Satan. Chill. Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times tonight. So the point of this is, I understand that everybody wants to get above the ground. I know we're all being oppressed, but that is why we have to be oppressed, because if you don't get oppressed, you'll say, forget Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Solomon, Jesus, Peter, James, Paul, forget all that. You're going to forget, you're going to turn your back on God because you got a breath of fresh air that God gave you. So, in order for us to get the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have to build it from poverty. Now, if the Lord blesses us and give us, some bread, remember this class. Because the Lord giveth, and the Lord does what? He'll take it away. He'll blow on them pockets quick, put a hole in the bottom of it. So, the world is going to war. We are going to have to come closer. We're going to have to sacrifice more. We're going to have to stand together. We're going to have to build together. We're going to have to love one another. For how long? Forever. Over and over and over again. Because if we don't, then we're just going to be in captivity, and Joshua and Caleb will go into the kingdom and will die in the wilderness. Are there any more questions?
One more question.
Come on.
Officers of Carl Wine. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Salakia Adawan. I just gotta get up to it. I'm right. This is Officers of Carl Wine. He says, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah.
Yeah, but Barakatah.
Salakia Adawan. Can you break down Jeremiah 17 and 10 through 11? The water Adawan.
Jeremiah 17. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 10. I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
Yikes. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
This is what you got to learn about yourself. See, you think you're such a good person because you have a good what? I got a good heart. See, people always take advantage of me because I'm so kind-hearted. I got such a good heart. Then you come into the school and you find out you're the selfish piece of garbage. You really don't have a kind heart. Yeah, you are willing to give people this. You are willing to help people in this aspect. But you miss so much. You miss so many other things that you are not willing to do. You don't forgive. Yeah, you give, but you don't forgive. And the heart is deceitful above what?
Above all things.
Above most things.
Above all things.
See, your mind is deceitful above everything. What that boy say? My mind playing tricks on me? Your mind is the most deceitful thing that you have. And what?
I just had a question about that.
Go ahead.
Does that have something to do with dreams? Like why dreams can be far off and they're telling you something? Is your mind giving you something that is playing with you almost?
Well, your mind normally give you the busyness of days of what you really mostly put your mind on. And so when you go to sleep, it's like if you go to sleep watching Walking Dead, you're going to go into the dream where you fighting zombies because that's what you put in your mind on all the time. If it's not fighting zombies, you're just going to be running from something that you don't know what it is, and you're never going to be able to get away from it because that's what's on your conscious, unconsciously. You understand? But then when you call a prophet of God and say, hey, I had a dream about this, a brother will say, what was you watching before you went to sleep? Oh, well, I played Call of Duty. Okay, well, yeah, this is nothing. Then you say, well, I had a dream that I was running all over the place and hiding and ducking, and it was right behind me. Well, let me ask you a question, brother. Do you have something that you're fighting? Yes, sir, I'm trying to stop smoking. Well, this dream is God the demon is chasing you. And this demon is trying to devour you. This cigarette demon is trying to destroy you. And you can't get away from it. And everywhere you run, he's right there on your heels. This is what I want you to do the next time you're in that dream. Turn around and face it. That's what I want you to do. Stop running from that thing that's chasing you. Turn around and fight it. You're going to be like, oh, damn, I didn't know I could do that. Because you never tried to fight it. You've always ran. So you call and get a breakdown, and then you'll understand that this is from God or this is from nothing. But the only way you could understand if it's not being deceitful is the Lord has to tell you. You see what I'm saying? And that's why when we come into the truth, we try to put everything into what the scriptures say. Because that's how we can gauge if it's the Lord or if it's just me. But other than that, the heart is deceitful, desperately wicked, and what? Keep going.
Kind. Who can know it?
And who knows it? You think you're so good, if you're good. Who knows or understand your heart and your mind? Keep going.
Verse 10. I, the Lord, search the heart.
I, the Lord, know you, and I search your mind. And you say that, Lord, once you give me this, I'm going to be all right and I'm going to serve you. The Lord said, I search your heart and I do what?
I try the reins.
I try the reins. The reins are the ropes. A bit goes in a horse's mouth, right? And the rope around his neck is called the reins. And the way you control the horse is with the reins. It's the steering wheel of the horse. Well, the Lord tries the thing that controls you. And if money controls you, he tries you with money. If women or men control you, then he tries you with men or women. If, greed or lust, then he tries you with that. He wants to see what you're going to do when you're faced with this problem. The Lord tries the reins of what?
Even to give every man according to his ways.
Because if you fight and you win, then I'm going to reward you according to your ways, according to the battle that you won. Or I'm going to reward you according to the battle that you lost. When you get something, they reward you with an amount, or they reward you with a sentence. Either way it go, it's a payment. You're getting rewarded with it. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And according to the fruit of his doings.
And according to what you did. I'm going to pay you for what you did good, or I'm going to pay you for what you did that was bad. The wages of sin is death. That's a payment. That's a reward. Your reward, that's why I said reward her even as she has rewarded you. What did they reward us with? Captivity. Now we're going to reward them with captivity. Keep going.
Verse 11. As the partridge sitteth on eggs, and hatcheth them not, so he getteth riches, and not by right, shall leave them in the midst of his days, and at his end shall be a fool.
As a partridge, what's a partridge? A bird. As he sits on his eggs. Keep going. Go back to the top. As a partridge sitteth on eggs and what?
And hatcheth them not.
And the bird don't hatch the eggs. When do the eggs hatch? When they ready. Keep going.
So he that getteth riches, and not by right.
He that getteth riches and not by right. You're not making the riches come. When are the riches going to come? When it's time, just like the egg hatches. Go ahead.
Shall leave them in the midst of his days.
Shall leave them when?
In the midst of his days.
Yeah, sometimes you can't have them in your days. Sometimes your kids may have to benefit from your riches. Keep going.
And at his end shall be a fool.
Because if you had it, you would be a fool with it. It would destroy you. Sometimes your kids got to benefit from the life insurance of your death. Because if you would have had any money, anything with it, you would have destroyed yourself with it. But you think the only problem with your life is the lack thereof. Sometimes the lack thereof is the only reason that you can serve the Lord. Don't be tricked into thinking that your only way out is more money. You need more discipline. You need more focus, more righteousness. You need more class, more breakdowns in you before the eggs can hatch. Now, once you get that foolishness out of you, I was a child. Remember that, 1 Corinthians 13. Once you get that foolishness out of you, then you can do some things. Go ahead.
What you saying so heavy, sir?
1 Corinthians 13 and 11.
Because like all of these like celebrities that everybody look up to, they've been saying for the longest, generational wealth is the solution to all of our problems as a people.
Yep.
And buying into that, and now we look at the whole Diddy thing.
Yep.
Wealth ain't helping Diddy.
That's a fact. Keep going. Read what you got right here. This will help you understand what he's talking about.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
There's a time when you come into the truth where you're childish. The way you view the truth is childish. The way you deal with this is childish because you don't understand how real what we do and say in here is. We are changing the culture of all of the earth. We was wearing fringes when I first got into school, and nobody was wearing fringes. All of a sudden, now they got fringes on jackets. They got fringes on tights. I see sisters with fringes on their tights. Nobody had no fringes on tights before. You think they not paying attention to us? They are. It's nothing that they can do to stop the spirit of Christ from coming into this earth. And we're bringing it. We're introducing it. We're ushering it in. But when you're young in the truth, you don't know how important what you do and say pertaining to the school is. So you say a lot of things publicly that you shouldn't say. You do a lot of things publicly that you shouldn't do. And that dampens, that pours water on someone's zeal. And it makes them say, well, maybe I'm thinking about taking this too serious. Like, imagine this, a sister that come out of the world, right? She comes and she scouts the UPK from the outside looking in. And so she sees everything that we teach. Okay, the white man is the devil. Okay, I can deal with that. You know, God only loves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Dang, that's kind of hard for me to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. But I can deal with that. Okay, I see what they saying in the debates. I'm learning. I'm taking notes. I see that. A man can have more than one wife. Let me find another group. So now she goes to this other group, and she watches them, and she say, yeah, but that's wrong, and that doesn't make sense. Nah, and then she goes to another group, and she checks them out, and she said, nah, that doesn't make sense either. So now she comes back here, and she say, the only thing I don't agree with is a man having more than one wife, and everything else is right. I agree with them 99%. And so she says, I'm going to just go in here and do it. I'm going to do it. She calls the school. She starts to come to class, and she comes to class, and she's prepared to fight the demon. She's made up in her mind, I know what they teach. I know what I got to fight. And then she sits next to a sister that says, yeah, they be talking about that multiple wives stuff, but I ain't with that, and if my man do this, I'm leaving him. Now, this sister is like, wait a minute. I thought all of y'all believed this. I came in here prepared to fight this. I came in here with my mind on changing and becoming like y'all. You mean to tell me you're in here and you don't agree with this? Girl, please, I wish he would. I'm gone the first time. Oh, well, this is just like the church. Oh, I don't have to be for real about this. I don't have to sacrifice and fight my demons. Christ said it would be better for you that you put a big brick around your neck and jump into the middle of the ocean if you do that to somebody that comes in here like a child. Because children come in here ready to learn whatever you're ready to teach. Children don't argue about the breakdowns. They don't argue about how to tie a shoe. No, I tie mine like this. However you teach them is how they learn. And they come in here ready to receive, and you give them that, Lord be with you. Lord be with you. Because what you just did is hurt the child. Well, you come in here, you as a child, you think as a child, you understand as a child. But what?
But when I became a man.
When I became a what?
A man.
When I became an adult in my understanding, I did what?
I put away childish things.
You put away childish things. But see, now you've already offended children being childish. Now you got to try to go back and find them people and say, in your spirit, you're going to feel like, oh, my God, I told that sister this, she left her husband. Oh, my God, I told this brother this, and he left the school because of my ignorance. Now you are duty bound because their blood is going to be on your hands. So the most important thing for you to do is to shut your mouth if you don't understand something or you don't know something. Stop being so childish and talking all the time and thinking that you can just vent. Venting is, it is so gay. Let me tell you where you go vent at. Go vent in council. That's where you go vent. Go vent with your camp leader. Because now it's not gossip. Now you're expressing yourself and you're talking to someone that can help you become a man and stop being so childish. You're talking to someone that can help you become a woman because you're so childish, and your mother was childish, your grandmother and grandfather and your father, every adult you've known have been childish. So you've never seen adults before. And that's why the heart is so deceitful and desperately wicked, because everywhere you go to get advice, everybody you talk to, they're childish. They don't understand God. They don't understand how to serve God. They don't understand nothing about him. All they understand is the lies about him. And that's why it's so important that you come in here with your hands open, ready to learn. Because if you don't, it's going to choke the word, and then you're going to be destroyed. So hopefully that helped that brother understand that scripture. Brothers and sisters, it's important that we there's about to be an overflow of brothers and sisters that come into this school, because now everyone is seeing that this is what God is. Everybody's falling. All these other Israelite groups are you're not going to even see them in a few more weeks. They're about to be destroyed utterly. And when these people come into the school in droves, it is your responsibility to teach them what you've been taught. Give me that scripture when it said, if any angel come, it is your job and your responsibility to be the utmost example of what our King left us to teach, which Commander General YAHANNA has been holding on to, and that we teach now in these days in this school. It is your job to hold on to that and put that in these brothers and sisters. Not see the weak you, the young you, the childish you, because they need adults. They need grown men and grown women to come in here to help them navigate through this hard life that they've been in. They need to see the truth.
Galatians 1 and 8.
Yeah, let me hear it.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 1, verse 8. But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you.
If anybody come in here trying to teach you anything different than what you learn in here, if they tell you they got a vision from an angel of God, if we are an angel, anybody come saying anything different, go ahead.
Let him be accursed.
Let him be what?
Be accursed.
Let him be accursed. There are brothers and sisters that come into school and fall weak because of some lust they got that they want to do, because they want to leave their husband. Now all of a sudden, yeah, I live my husband, and weed is holistic. You can smoke weed. Mexicans are not Israelites. Mexicans, they not the children of God. They white people. They Spaniards. You know what? Now that I'm out of the school, now I understand that a man can't have more. Now you start to switch up everything to fit your own dumbass lust. No problem. The Lord, Paul is letting them know, let them be accursed. To them, don't hang around, get them back into school. Let them go and figure out who's right. We're going to find out who's right and wrong the old way. God is going to reveal it. Keep going. Verse 9.
Verse 9. And as we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed.
If If anybody come in here trying to say anything other than what we saying, ignore them. Let them be a curse. There's going to be so many people that are now going to wake up to the fact that they're Israelites. They're going to come from different groups. They're going to come and try to bring different things. You stay focused on what you've always been taught, because this works. And the reason they have to come here is because what they were doing did not work. Remember that. Remember, this is why you're coming here, because this works. Don't try to come here changing nothing. This works. This been working since 1969. And Commanding General YAHANNA held on to it when brothers left this and started teaching other things. Well, those things that they went out there to teach, guess what happened to it? It didn't work. And so now they're going to come back here, and we're going to have to hold the line, because this works. Remember that, brothers and sisters. Anybody that try to tell you what you learn in here is some bullshit, then just watch how they church falls and watch how your school thrives, and you'll know that the Lord is with you. All right? With that, we got any more questions in the chat? We good to go? We good to go? We can pass the class over to Precinct Officer YAHANNA and give him a hand.
ISUPK security announcements. We are ISUPK, started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Monday, the 2nd of March, and Tuesday, the 3rd of March, 2026. Can be found in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And that concludes the security announcements.
With that, a majim, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, a majim Shabbat, a majim Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatah, Yajim Matah, Saw. Turn face to sisters. We're going to give them a courtesy salute. Sisters, a majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, a majim Shabbat, a majim Barak. Yahweh Shema Latam Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yajim Matah. Class dismissed.